The Adventures of McCrea. Brought to you by new Tide with reserve cleaning power. Extra cleaning power for everything you wash. Now, more than ever, the cleanest clean possible is Tide Clean. Now, Frank Lovejoy in The Adventures of McCrea.
Most of the time it pays to look where you're going, but there are exceptions to the rule. Sometimes it pays to look where you've been. You see the most interesting scenery that way. The scenery I was heading for was the police station. A certain Arnold Loftus was to meet me here, of all places.
I'm Arnold Loftus. I called you because I'm mixed up in quite a situation.
Well, what's the problem?
Well, that's it. The problem's just about to happen. Give me 5 minutes and I won't have to explain it to you.
All right.
Will the number 2 man step forward, please? Give your name.
Neil Denquist.
Turn to the right, please. State your age.
29.
Turn back to the front, please. Is that the man?
Well, yeah.
I already told you, I committed the robbery. What are you trying to prove?
Step back, please. There you are. Is the right amount?
Yeah.
Sign here, please.
I gave you 5 minutes. Now, what's the problem?
The man in the lineup is accused of robbing me.
So he's got a problem.
I got my money.
End the problem.
No, start a problem. You see, I wasn't robbed, and this money doesn't belong to me.
Mr. Loftus invited me to the nearest lunchroom to fill me in and fill himself up. He was a compulsive eater. He told me his story between bites.
Well, it all started because I like to gamble. Yesterday, I drew $1,000 from the bank.
In 10 $100 bills.
My wife and I had been saving it for a second honeymoon. But, McCrea, that horse looked like a cinch in the form.
You ever see a horse who could read the racing form?
Anyway, I lost $1,000. Naturally, I couldn't explain it to Martha. She'd never understand. She'd leave me.
So you made up a story.
I told the police I was driving down Randall Boulevard and a man asked for a lift. He got in and stuck a gun in my ribs and took the money.
That's the story that you told the police?
Well, I had to give them a description of the man. I tried to be as vague as possible.
You should have been a little vaguer, like never inventing that story in the first place.
I told them he was medium height, medium age, medium weight, medium complexion. You know.
Then along came Denquist, who was medium everything. Well, outside of my getting you some indigestion pills, what is it you want me to do for you?
Well, McCrea, I've got a conscience. I can't let that man take the blame for a crime that never happened. But I can't explain to my wife about that money.
Well, I'll see what I can do. Let me give you a little tip.
What's that?
Since it's 8 to 5, you're going to be eating on the city. Remember, they don't serve hamburgers. Well, if Loftus wasn't robbed, and Denquist admitted to the robbery, someone was lying. I'd heard Loftus' story, now it was time to visit Neil Denquist.
I don't care what your client Loftus told you, McCrea. He's lying.
Why would Loftus tell me you didn't commit the robbery?
Well, why would I take the blame for something I didn't do?
Beats me. I'd like to know what you did earlier. Fill me in.
Well, I worked at Trimble's department store till 6 o'clock. And then I had a cup of coffee at Millie's. That's a coffee shop next door.
I know the place.
And then I walked around till I got up enough courage to hold somebody up.
Why?
Well, you know how it is when a guy's strapped for money and tries to get it the easy way.
You call that the easy way?
Well, after I robbed Loftus, I tried to get rid of the gun in Fairview Park. Cops saw me and thought I acted suspicious, picked me up, and found the money on me.
Well, the story sounds reasonable. I think there's more to it. You'll have a chat with your wife.
My wife?
Yeah, there's a Mrs. Danquist. That's not hard to find out.
You stay away from her.
Why?
Because I'm telling you to.
I don't like the way you're telling me.
You leave her out of this, McGraw. I'm warning you.
I wish I had a quarter for every time I've heard that, Danquist. Here's your come.